Hey, what's up, Liverpool family? It's waGner, your pastor, and Neemah Delfanian, your resident guy, whatever Neemah does. So we're here today to kind of give you a little bit of an instructional video about communion, because you guys share with us each week what Jesus is doing in your life and what communion means to you. And so we wanted to give some of the finer points a talking to and go into a little bit of detail here. So first of all, the thing that we want from communion meditations on Sunday morning is for them to be brief. We're looking at a maximum of 4 minutes. No more than 4 minutes. 2 to 4 minutes is preferable. And in doing that, you can keep it brief. You can talk about what Jesus means to you, and then we can participate in communion. And truthfully, you will be able to write a more effective communion meditation in less time. All right, Neemah's going to talk about some stuff, and go.
So one of the things that we want to make sure that you keep in your communion thought is to make it personal. That's what brings the value to the congregation. Being a personal experience and sharing that personal experience with the crowd makes it genuine and it makes it you. So that's what we really want to come out. We want it also to be relevant to communion, obviously. This is going to be something where it's going to be right before they take communion, so it's going to be the best time to provide an impact to their communion experience.
Yep. I would also say that the communion meditation, you should use a current version of the Bible, an easily understood version of the Bible. I know that a lot of people are still into the King James stuff, but truthfully, at Liverpool Christian Church, we have a lot of people who don't even know how to use a Bible, let alone understand some of that old archaic language. And so I would say, please, please, please use a current version of the Bible so that the communion time can be very, very clear and that the message of communion can come across and there's no confusion just because of the version. So make it clear and have it make sense, all right?
Make sure you don't psych yourself out too. Make sure it's a simple message. If you're taking lots of time to try to make it come across right, then you might want to rethink that it may be broken into multiple pieces and multiple times of doing communion. So keep it simple. It's got to be something that we can remember when we walk out. So maybe 1 or 2 things, let's say even just keep it to 1 if you can, so that it's simple to remember and we can remember when we take communion. Make sure that also that you include the instructions to take communion. Many people may go to other churches. They may not have ever taken communion before.
We have different traditions.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to tell them, okay, people are going to come around, or whatever we may be doing that week, sometimes we mix it up. So even for the people that have been here, they see something different going on, they need to know what's going on. So tell them, hey, we're going to have people pass the cracker and the juice, or the bread and the blood, or the body and the blood, and tell them what they represent, and tell them to take the pieces and take the cup and to either meditate or pray, do what they need to, but they don't need to just eat it right away and take it, but actually give some meaning to it before they participate in communion.
Yeah. Also, I would say strive for excellence in your communion meditation. Not necessarily looking for perfection with your communion meditation or your communion thought, but strive for excellence. I always have this feeling that whenever somebody does something and it looks really easy, it's because they've put a ton of work into it. And so that's what I mean by excellence. Work hard, do your absolute best, and strive to make your communion meditation the most excellent thing that you can do for that period of time.
So now that Wayne's put that pressure on you, I'm going to tell you to relax when you're up there.
Yes.
So remember, this is not about you performing, okay?
Correct.
Everybody wants to hear your message, so don't worry about the screw-ups or any of that. We're listening in the audience for your message.
Right.
So make sure that you've practiced it so that you're not concerned about your own performance, that you've practiced it, you know what you're going to say, and then just let it flow. Don't worry about performance. This is about God working through you to inspire others with communion, and you don't need to take it all on yourself.
Right, and I would say no one ever went to hell because they did a communion meditation wrong, so you can also relax on that as well. I would encourage you to attend regularly. We do a rotating schedule. That does not mean that you should only attend the day that you're giving a communion meditation. it's more effective for our church and for its people if they actually know your face when you stand up to speak to them. So attend regularly. It's very important.
It's inspiring to have your presence there in other weeks also after you said a communion talk. So having you there is actually affecting them without you knowing it.
Right.
Make sure you're making eye contact, speaking of affecting people. So make sure that you keep good eye contact when you're talking to people.
Correct.
And don't open your eyes too big and stare them down. About 3 seconds is the longest I would focus on any one person. Even 3 seconds.
Even that gets a little weird, doesn't it?
Yeah. So the reason we want eye contact is because we want people to feel included.
Right.
Lots of times, people get distracted while they're sitting there, or maybe they're starting to shut down, they're taking a break, brain break or something. But you want everybody to feel included. So
or if I'm preaching, they're asleep.
Well,
So,
it happens. What you want to make sure is that they feel part of the communion time. They feel connected to what you're saying and that you're talking to them. So that's why eye contact is so important. And if you need to catch some of the people in the back, you can move forward a little bit. You can step forward and back. You can go left or right so that you can make sure you're getting someone's attention or giving them proper eye contact and value.
Right. And I would just say in closing that I would have all of us remember that this is an amazingly cool privilege that we get to stand in front of the body of Christ and talk about what Jesus has done in our life. We get to stand in front of the church, in front of God's church, and say, I used to be this kind of person, and now I'm this kind of person because of what Jesus has done in my life. It's an amazingly cool privilege, and we're very thankful that you are part of it, and pray that we continue to get better and better and better at this as we share the message and love of Jesus. So, love God, love others, serve the world. Check us out at liverpoolfamily.com if you need more information, or call myself at 315-457-7204, or you can email Neemah or I at info@liverpoolfamily.com. Thanks. Have a great day. See you later.